City of Stairs. We'll head west next towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. Dirigibles too? Tulioli certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as you walk. Where are we headed? Oh, way over there. God, this place is huge. This place big. Still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yakui temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Dawntrail, to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yakui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Dawntrail. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation for the city you see today. The houses will be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tulioli. Climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. You can't just say residential district. People freak out about new housing areas. Yoshi P, no more housing. Sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. Okay. Moving right along. Vince, I hope walking the dog went well. What a giant fucking city. Oh, we can go inside these buildings. You can't go inside that building. We can go inside this building. There's nothing inside this building. Hunmu Ho. Who do you think's gonna win the right of succession? The whole city's talking about it. Damn gossips. Ever since I moved here, I've been having so much fun cultivating my garden. Trust me, I could never have grown these back home. So, this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? We have residents from all the Dawntrail clans. Mamulja, Zabral, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanu Hanu. We also have Tonawata, Etsaro, and Setona, who moved south to their ancient lands in Dawntrail. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tyrol. A true representation of Tulioli's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's all so beautiful. Glad you think so. Come, continue down the stairs. Definitely so far as though, wow, everything here's really nice. What's the catch? What do you mean? What turmoil rips through the city? Discuss the huge drum. I've never seen such an enormous drum before. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? The big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Landsguard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Oh. Swung my axe at it once. Why would you do that? The pack has just made a long journey, so I'm giving them a bit of a rest. That storm really churned up the trails when my four-legged friends are having a harder time than usual. Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before I get you saddled up, I'll need you to add your name to our register. Make things smoother the next time you need a ride. Oh, so the instead of chocobos, they have alpacas. Neat. Oh, that's what they meant by dirigible. Here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? Here other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you only find balloons in Tulioli. They have them from the exact same reason that you as they had the airstrights. Juana brought back plans from Charlian and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. That's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. Well, that's not nearly enough about dirigibles yet. There's an Aetheryte over here. Probably at least one NPC to talk to as well. It looks like it's definitely the large amount of people that's causing frame rate problems, because now we're over here and there's nobody here. Well, this must open up as a travel point at some point, then. Uvolja. In the past, I never would have dreamed this bulky thing could actually fly. But now the forest depths are just a quick jaunt away. Oh, we can talk to the sentry. What's he say? This road leads through to Kozamakua. For safety's sake, we're not letting anyone travel that way at the moment. Not until we can ascertain the damage done by that monster of a storm. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yoctoral Landgate. But when Papa founded Tulioli, everyone began using its present name in honor of this great achievement. Though this gate is Kozama Uka, a wetland south of the city. Depending on what the Right of Succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama Uka, the name alone sounds intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Cryo. You'll learn soon enough. Are alpacas typically known as savage, vicious creatures? I'm pretty sure they're pretty docile things. Forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. Alpacas do is spit in your face. I know that they're commonly known to spit. I know that. Are these pillars what Luke Lamont wanted to show us? You wish to learn the history of Tulioli, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Yeah, this spot's captured Kryle's attention. A saga in stone. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they may look like ordinary stone decoration. If you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Oh, they've got like a hieroglyphic system on there. Pictures. Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Gulu Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tulioli Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged are all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tulioli came to be. Study them as long as you like. Okay. View the stone pillars. Oh, okay, I see. Wait, does anybody see the bird from Shadowbringers in here? Like, where's Waldo? I don't see him. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. Depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember his name. You mean Kentenrom? Kettenrom? Ah, that's the one. Kettenrom's arrival in Tulal is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It's said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit, if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in the later years. Kettenrom's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. Records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story when Papa visited Hanu Hanu in their village. In Kozama Uka. Ah, the people Elfino almost mistook for Vanu Vanu. If not for the colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in their countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. The forest ones closest to us cover the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. The Lay of Pots. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kozama Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are a standard when it comes to gift giving. Though the Vanu weren't the only people with distant Tural counterparts. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mamulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end the conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tulioli. There is a clan of Hrothgar and Bozja known as Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens, and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. We're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. The second half of the pillars, then. The Lay of Gold. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Urkopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tulioli's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you, they might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Oh, this one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Viligarmanda. I should explain it. Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Taro described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Be the same phenomenon? Viligarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. For a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Urkopacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Viligarmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness in Tulioli national emblem and adorned in the banners at the palace. Giant ice bird. There's a blank pillar. Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter in Tulioli's history, whenever that may be. The Lay of Proof. The Lay of Proof. That big fellow is of the Yakhoi, the largest of Tural's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yak-Tural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Zak-Tural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopacha. I've never even seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with a power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? If by God is to turn gamma correction to 0. Seems to make the colors more colorful. I think my gamma correction is at 0. I've had my fill of history. All the lore. We got all kinds of lore. I'm glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while, but now I think I'm ready to eat again. Let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. Oh, we're gonna get some scran? I like the sound of that. Shit, chat, they have scran here. Alright, so you said gamma correction? Oh, my gamma correction is at 0. Maybe that's because you have to be in full screen? I don't know if it works. I don't think we need to be in full screen, actually. Let's go back to borderless windowed. There we go. Alright, I guess full screen mode doesn't work with the way that my OBS is set up. Yeah, you should never need to put gamma correction on. You should always set the gamma correction in your actual monitors. Like, you should always be setting the monitors gamma. What is that outfit? I like that. Oh, I can't have that. That's red mage. Never mind. You ever had tacos? They're a Tulioli classic. Bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Zablaviete's best. I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Brukivu. Yo, time for tacos? I do like tacos. Oh, that was someone's minion. I was like, I saw the shoe bill. First time in Tulioli? If nothing else, you simply must try the tacos. You won't find this flavor anywhere else. I play that Lushkana is safe, but I could send a healer to her side. You want to learn more about the diversity of Tulioli? Just take a look at you here in Zabievtez. Zabievtez serves traditional cuisine from every culture. Of course, most people just order the tacos. There's something addicting about the classic taste of comfort food. Trust me, one bite and you'll be hooked too. Oh, trust me, it's the only food I can actually cook in real life. Auntie's tacos are growing in popularity of late, but I always find myself returning to Zabievtez. When it comes to food, perhaps I'm simply not the adventurous type. Taco night tonight at my house because of Dawntrail. I actually have meat in the fridge I need to cook, but I don't have any salad left. I'd have to run and grab some lettuce, so I'll probably do it tomorrow. My poor granddaughter, I cannot bear to be parted from her. Here Auntie's starting to experiment with different styles of taco. I'm loyal to Zabievtez. Whatever spices they use to season their meat, I can't get enough. Cocaine. Wonder what Tepeki sees when she looks up into the sky. Every dish looks delicious. The risk of sounding like Uklamat, the mere sight of such fine cuisine is making me ravenous. This is Brukivu, the owner. Don't let his unassuming appearance fool you. When it comes to making tacos, he is the greatest artisan in all of Tyrell. Hey, look, the frame rate's back. Now there's not a million people around.
Brukevo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Look at all the sushi. This guy must know Bancho.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas
You're my
foray
favorite
ended
customer.
in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Do we know the Silver Scales? I feel like we know that name.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand.
Aren't the Silver Scales the ones who, the Mamuja that were assaulting the lost city of Nim during the Scholar stuff? In Limsa, in the level 50 dungeons? Wasn't that the Silver Scale clan?
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, Many question if there is any truth to the tale, like our skeptical Erinville.
But
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Meeting. Meanwhile, in the rest of the city... Oh no, taco time.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
They have takeout bags.
Oh,
No!
If it isn't the third promise.
What a dick.
oh, no.
True, so complex modern tech. Thanks, Aniv.
I don't know these ones. New soil.
Like how the other head just has chameleon eyes going.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
It seems like a dick.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Bit of an estranged relationship,
Another
it seems.
child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
Yeah, he's a dick. Alright, we've established who the asshole is.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
I don't know. He looks pretty strong. I kind of want to fight him.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Great, he's an asshole and a xenophobe? I can't wait to kick his ass.
Listen to me, you.
A two-headed Mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
I've killed like 6 of them. Trial, paint Bakul Jaja as the virgin and me as the Chad. You see, your argument is now invalid, for I've had Kryl paint you as the virgin and me as the Chad.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common.
Which is crazy to think that I've killed more than one of those.
The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubiko and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Good, because it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm hungry. God damn it. My phone's ringing.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
Why didn't you just leave him on fucking ring? Send it to
As such,
voicemail.
we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
We're gonna get tacos first. Why don't you guys come over here and then we'll go to the palace?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
Kryl, it's called a taco, not a taco. Kryl confirmed Canadian. You want me to get one of them tacos on a corn tortilla? You think if one head is killed, it'll just hang there while the other one lives with their dead sibling? Warrior Light, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? There's a lot of things with the shit I've seen.
So it goes.
See, if we brought Graha with us, we would have stopped and got tacos first. We should have brought Graha. That's simple. Rokivu's lovingly made tacos went to waste, and it's all that brutish Bakul Jaja's fault. That's why we redrew him as the Virgin. Looking forward to trying some authentic Tulioli cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmarch if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city is laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Vuluk Suzna. Shunsa. My poor empty belly. Where's the... we missed one. We missed at least one. Oh, there's one right here. There's another one there. You see, Bakulja, you would be right, but I happen to have drawn you pregnant. Jesus. Okay, so we missed that one as we didn't go there. We never made it way over there. But we can grab this one real quick. Right here. That might be a little far, Freelance. Good lord. I've drawn you pissing and shitting and farting. Checkmate. My god. Victomancers are too strong. They hold too much power. What is this power? Is their strength truly so great? Past this gate lies Volak Shunsa. While the Dawn servant is a forgiving man, I suggest you conduct yourself with the utmost respect. His fetishization was not my intention. Even as the head of reason takes his rest, the wing of reflection continues to work tirelessly for the sake of Tulioli. Shit I come up with when I'm bored and fishing. And then you post it in my chat room. This is the way, I guess. Oh wow, the doors make like a whole audio effect when they open. Holy shit, this place is fucking huge. This is like something Quill would have built in Minecraft. Is it not my job to bully the streamer? That's fair. Very fair. A better feel for the city now? Okay, I feel like now we should turn this on. Where was the hide other players setting when nearby quest NPCs? There we go. No, you were right. It was there. Saw a two-headed Mamulja on our way here. Other claimant to the right of succession, according to Arenville. Food is amazing. Passing Mamulja just let us try a fruit called Cherimoya, and it was just sublime. So many narrow, winding streets, but even if you get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up and you'll arrive at the palace eventually. Better feel for the city now? I do have one. You made it. Good. And we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. $6.45. Is that better than what I'm wearing? No. We'll hold on to that for now. Upon speaking to Arenville, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly corals. It's like herding cats. I understand all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. A Mamulja? Impulsive? No, not at all. Estinian, what are you doing here?
Estinian?
When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Suddenly Estinian.
Oh, you know this man?
Yeah, he's an old friend of ours.
Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Oh, Sting's like, wait, what?
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
Love a guy who likes his kids, yep. Good old dad.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
Hello, I have killed gods and saved the world from certain destruction at the end of reality. The twink? Are you serious?
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
Fucking Astidian. I already went east. Well, I had to go the other direction.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
One of the heads is sleeping.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Huh.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant.
Huh? What aren't you telling us?
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville.
Then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies.
Plus one dragoon.
Ha! All-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Okay. Estinian, shouldn't you leave your wallet here? Not well, he's already gone. It's too late now. Lady McLaderson. You can tell even he's not too happy to see this one.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja. You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Not gonna let it get to him, huh?
Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Disappointed dad look.
The nature of the contest itself. Triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
Huh.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own four eyes.
Huh. Well, he's been there. So are we to assume then Kryle's grandfather actually found it then?
This was before the founding of Tuliyola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
So the secrets to finding the Golden City must lie along the same steps he took through his trial, then.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
Alright, Yoshi P, I see what you did and I really, really like this. I see exactly what this is and I really, really like this. This is a callback to what originally inspired Realm Reborn and I love that. It's the 7 steps of Xiaohao. It's the same premise, I love this. I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. Oh, this is gonna be sick. This is gonna be awesome.
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself.
Giving you a proper challenge.
Proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both. But I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakun Jaja's successor and be done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
I got invited to Smash!
You sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
I bet you he's like, huh, someone actually found that. Or he's more surprised, like, what coincidence could possibly bring this all together? What strange hand fate truly is that these would be the allies that my Wuklamat would find.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
I like this guy.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your golden city.
Hippo happy.
Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
So he knows Kryl, but she doesn't remember him. Interesting. Holy shit, that's a lot of people.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Aaronville, what the hell else do I have better to do?
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil.
Not the first time.
If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Why are you so intent on me not taking part in this?
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it.
The wise words of our cat boyfriend.
Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I want to see where this journey leads.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Resounding cheer!
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Guy's like Billy Badass over here.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
I like his little attendant guy.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Serelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children, yet Soralja was born all the same. with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
So his very existence is a despite all active known science, he should not have lived, yet he has and is stronger for it. Neat.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Huh, okay.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
I could also see expansionists being a pretty significant problem for, you know, other lands outside of Tyrol, which would be a distinct... We probably don't want him winning them.
You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Interesting. Billy Badass, we need to make sure doesn't win.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
What's this guy's story? I have to wonder.
Second promise! You must bring us more marvelous conveniences! More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Well, that's good at least. There's at least one of them that isn't a douchebag. Then there's Asshole, crusher of tacos.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant.
I don't know, you're kind of a piece.
That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders. And then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamurja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Oh, everyone's leaving already.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies. It's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
The gossips.
Of the Dawn's Promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
They have no idea who I am yet.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Yeah, lack of martial prowess. Why don't you just leave all the fighting to me? Why? Because there's a lot of things to fight, and it's been too long since I've had a good flex. As you just witnessed, Wuklamad has no great army of supporters. Not yet, at least. We're not what drives Aralja, but it engulfs him like an inferno. Kawada II Promise is intent on developing the country by means of Charlian innovations. His background, I suppose it should come as no surprise. Two-headed claimant Bakul Jaja treats everyone around him as lesser beings. No doubt he tried to elevate the Mamulja above other races should he become Dawn Servant, unlike how the Garlean Empire afforded special status to pure-blooded Garleans. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Pa's not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tulioli saga. I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars, but check and for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go and take a look. The Studium has been added to the Unending Codex. I forgot about that. Trudeau's reputation as the cradle of knowledge, Charlian is home to numerous private study halls and school faculty facilities. But it is the prestigious Studium which represents the foremost institution of learning. The Academy opened its doors in the year 432 of the 6th Astral Era, and for over 1,000 years has established a history for producing an accomplished archons and contributing to breakthroughs in every academic field. While initial classes focused on the formal study of the arcane, the occult, and astromancy, it was from these subjects that aetherology, the exploration of magic's fundamental theory, was derived. This signaled the beginning of a more diverse curriculum, the main trunk branching out to include mundane fields such as the natural sciences of astronomy and biology. These were joined by the social sciences, law and economics, the humanities, philosophy and history, formal sciences, mathematics and statistics, and the applied sciences of alchemy and medicine, and more on the spectrum of learning. Not all faculties are equal size, however, with some professors teaching only a handful of pupils. The situation is exacerbated by compound disciplines such as Salmonautics, combining the study of aetherology, sorcery, and medicine. The introduction of which leads to no few students transferring between faculties during their academy career. Now unburdened by the threat of the final days, administrators have seized the opportunity to enact changes. Studium's post-Exodus limitations on accepting foreign students has since been lifted, and hopeful young scholars now converge on the city from every corner of Aetheris. Can I set that to a hotbar? I sure shit can. That makes it way easier to interact with. So as we get new lore, we can read the lore. Oh my god, this guy's name is fucking Meat Snorkel. The name doesn't mean what you think it does, you nasty. Why is your name Meat Snorkel then? You snorkeling with a bratwurst? What the fuck? This is why I love games like this. The creativity of the people who play it is why I like playing on RP servers. Fucking Meat Snorkel. There's always at least one wild fucking name you see. The frames! Oh! I wonder when our friend Estinian will pop back up into the story again. Since we know he's here now. Yes, Meat Snorkel, a classic around Mateus. An old ally of mine. We fought in the Great War. Won't give up until we find the Golden City, Wuklamad as well as myself. I wasn't expecting events to progress that quickly, but I won't complain. The contest is the main reason we're here, after all. The setting that hides people when you're near NPCs that are part of the story is so good. Preparation of intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders of this contest is no light-hearted matter. At a glance, they seem much the same. That makes everyone. Uklamat, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet, and let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. There's only 6 of us. Aren't there 7 tablets? Bum, 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 bum. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. Now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrell's people, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tulai Saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu Hanu settlement. Pa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold, the one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before we're going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. Heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged Yogg-Toral several days ago. Since the roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If you want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Who knows what she's up to? It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Wolf of Easy Street? I didn't even know that was a title you could get in this game. There's lovely cottages, and they're on the water. Guilgamot said she would bring the information to us. I wonder what she meant by that. What a comfort to have our lodgings sorted in advance. Welcome to the Forard Cabin. That's right, the reservation is under Wuklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zebiavye Terry. I don't know how to pronounce the restaurant's name. I'm probably gonna fuck that up the entire expansion. Greetings, visitors to Tulioli, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. Okay. So this must be the inn. Oh, it's the innkeep. Okay. I want to ask about the cabins first. The Farad cabins were built some years ago to better accommodate our visitors from across the Salt. In the early days of Tulioli, the guest rooms were little more than rickety boats moored at the pier. They were unpopular with travelers, to say the least, and the steady influx of trading ships necessitated the construction of more modern facilities. One of Gulul Jaja's own companions was himself a visitor from abroad. It is said that he likened the newly built roofs to the line of ship's prows, and the interior to orderly cabins. Thus, have they been named ever since. These days, we pride ourselves on running the finest accommodations in the city. Confident you shall find everything to your liking. Oh wow. This is quite nice. Well, goddamn. Yeah, the Dawntrail inn room is pretty nice. This is quite nice here, I have to say. Teak composite bow. Yo, we got a fortunate component. Let's go. We got a treasure trials item. Oh, I still have plenty of these. Is that worth anything? Probably not, right? No, not at all. Vendor trash. Yeah, the Dawntrail inn room is very good. We have this one, right? Yeah. We're only missing one spot here we haven't been to. The fucking music here is so good. Music here is so good. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Andy. Yep. As usual. Where are Aaronville and Wooklamot, I wonder? Oh good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking the initiative at least. What do you mean at least? I'm honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions where we need to act independently, so I brought these for two of you. What's this? It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful in our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace. May it be the beginning of a profitable partnership. Is there a reason the Pelu Pelu all wear those masks? They're horribly ugly. Hideous people. Masks save everyone else from their eyes falling out of their sockets. Even up close, the Hanu are remarkably similar to the Vanu. Aside from those brilliant feathers, of course. I'm interested in both, honestly. Wooklamot may not be as experienced or accomplished as her brothers, but she has an affinity for the people. For her, finding those willing to cooperate is as simple as asking. Tulioli Saga features a number of Tulal's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Akhanu, is located in Kozama Uka. The other, smaller fellow, was one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wachun Pelo, their village. Now as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instinct of yours to work to us, Andy? Pick your destination. On completing this quest, the main scenario will branch into 2 quest paths. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will simply prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Pelu, and vice versa. The second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you've completed the series of quests from the first path. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak with the NPC you prefer, and embark on the trail of the Rite of Succession. Their eyes are huge. I think the Pelu Pelu are just female Makote under their model-wise. They're just a rendered, an adjusted version of the girl who gives you the books, the Wondrous Tales. They're just made slightly taller. They just take off all the extra parts. Oh.